Welcome in and thank you for watching. We are going to work on a crocheted rosette flower. Super easy to make, really simple. This tutorial is easy for beginners to learn how to make a crochet rosette. I am using Lion brand yarn. This is 24/7 cotton. I'm using succulent and I also have it in the pink. And here's the little things we're making today. These cute little rosettes. There's two sizes. You can make a small size and a medium size. There's also a large size. It's really easy to do. This pattern is free and I'm showing you exactly how to do it today. I'm also using my Furls wooden crochet hook. Great, sustainable, eco-friendly crochet hook. I have my Fiskars scissors, extremely sharp, really easy to use. And I am using a darning needle, and I will link all of these things in the description box below. Let's get started. The first thing you'll want to do is make a slip knot. Just wrap the yarn around your fingers so you have this loop. Pull the yarn through the loop, grab that, and pull it tight. Tighten up that slip knot. Grab your crochet hook and place it inside the slip knot and pull down on the working end of the yarn to loosely tighten it. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to work on the small. And if you want to go into medium, I will indicate how that will be different. There's also a large that when you download the pattern off the website, it'll show you how to do that. So to chain, first thing we're going to chain 17. So you'll yarn over with your crochet hook and pull the yarn through the loop on your hook. And there's your first one. And I made it a little tight. If you made it a little tight, pull up so that the loop on your hook's a little looser. So go ahead and pull the yarn through your first, and there's your first one. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is what your stitches should look like so far. This is your chains. And we've done 5 so far. And for the rosette, for the small size rosette, which is this one here, you want to do 17 chains. If you want to do the medium size, you're going to do 35. And if you want to do the large, you're going to do 53. So go ahead and pick whichever one you like, small, medium, or large, and chain that many. The next thing we're going to do is crochet what is called the V-stitch. First, you'll yarn over and you'll count 5 chains down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And into that 5th stitch here, you're going to do a double crochet. So that means you'll yarn over. I'm going to go into the back bump, which when you turn your work a little bit slightly, you'll see these bumps on the back. So go into the back bump. That's just what I prefer. You don't have to. And pull through. Now you're going to yarn over. Pull through the 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over. And pull through the last 2 loops on your hook. Now that's your double crochet. Now the skipped stitches from this turn does count as your first double crochet and a chain 1. Next, you will chain 1. So you'll just yarn over and go through. That's your chain 1. Next, you will skip the next chain, go into the next one with the same thing, a V-stitch. So you'll do a double crochet. I'm using the back bump again. Yarn over and pull through. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2. And then yarn over and pull through the last 2. Chain 1. Then yarn over and do another double crochet into the same chain that you just did that double crochet into. Yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. So that is what your V-stitch should look like. The first one was your turning. You skipped the first 5, which counted as a double crochet and a chain. Then you did a double crochet into that first chain. You skipped 1. So next we're going to go into chain 1, and you're going to do the same pattern over and over. Chain 1, skip a chain, and then V-stitch into the next chain where it is a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Continue this pattern all the way to the end, and you should end on the last stitch with a V-stitch. Coming up on the last stitch. So I've done my chain 1. I'm going to skip this chain here. And I'll go into the last chain stitch and do my V-stitch, which is double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet. And that ends your row 1. So when you're doing a row 1, the chains kind of count towards your row 1. So we did our chain of 17, then you did V-stitch all the way down. Next, turn your work and then chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. That counts as your first double crochet. In this space, that chain 1 space here, you're going to do 5 more double crochets. So yarn over and go into that space, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, and pull through 2. So that was 1, your first chain 3, and then 2. And you're going to do a total of 6 double crochets. So you have 4 more to do inside of this chain 1 space. We'll go into the third one. 4, 5, and 6. After you finish doing 6 double crochets into that chain 1 space, you will single crochet into that next chain 1 space. So go into that space, pull up a loop, and do your single crochet. Continue that pattern while you're going to do 6 double crochets into the V-stitch, a single crochet into that chain 1 space between the 2 V-stitches, 6, 1, and a single crochet, and so on, all the way to the end. And you should end at the last V-stitch with 6 double crochets inside the V-stitch. After you've done your 6th and final double crochet, yarn over and through, and we're fastening off. Leave a fairly long piece for sewing in and creating the shape of your rose. You should have something that looks like this now. Now the next part, grab your darning needle. And this part is really just by feel. You're going to basically roll your rose into shape. So right now, what I'm going to do is go down to the base. I'm going to weave my yarn down to the base of the flower. And I'm just going to do that simply by kind of sewing down until I get to that first base stitch there. So now I'm at the base of my flower. And what you'll do is just start rolling. And what we'll do before I start sewing is you're going to just roll your piece into a rose, just like that. And then you'll sew the base so that it doesn't like flop out. That's the whole goal. So I'll let you go ahead and start doing that. Roll it up into your flower. I'm just going to kind of show you a little bit of how it would work. Just kind of start picking at the pieces as you slowly roll it into place. And I'm just going to go back and forth through the different types of stitches down there just to secure it into place so it doesn't come undone. And keep it as tight as you can or would like. And just really shape it as best you can. And at the end, the reason I like to have a long tail, I'll kind of reshape it if it didn't quite come out the way I wanted. And then that yarn end from when you started is what I'll use at the end to tie it down. At the end here, I will simply tie it at the base to secure that knot, like so. And then you have your rosette. So my plan here is to put that on a nice headband, either sew it on or glue it on as a beautiful little headband, kind of a vintage rose look. Again, I used a 3.75 millimeter crochet hook from Furls. Beautiful wooden, sustainable wood. Thank you to Lion Brand Cotton for providing the 24/7 cotton Lion Brand. It's a medium weight and it is also sustainable. I am a fan of trying to be as sustainable and friendly to the earth as possible, which is why this theme today was kind of a outdoor, nature-loving theme. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this, please share it with others that you think might enjoy it as well. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much.